Hi, everybody. Welcome to Music Marketing. I think we're in week 16 now. So I had a question from the lovely, lovely Kyger, who's looking at releasing some new music. And she was like, yo, there are all these distributors. I don't know who to choose. Also, performing rights organization, what the heck is that? And while I am no expert on this stuff, I thought I could at least talk it through, give you some links from articles that helped me do research to figure out why I chose what I chose, just talk you through things that I've heard. Most of this stuff is not going to be, well, there's obviously going to be facts because I'm going to show you legit like descriptions of the companies and like what they do and what they offer. But there will also be some anecdotal evidence and reviews. So take those with a grain of salt. I'm just going to tell you what I've heard, what I like, why I like it. And it might be totally different, but hopefully it at least gives you some information and insight into what you're doing. So first off, we got to talk about performing rights organizations. So that's stuff like ASCAP, BMI. If you're in other countries, there are other ones for you. There's also CSAC and something global, something, I don't know. And what these do is you register your music with them, and basically then you get money if it's played on the AM, FM radio. You get money if it's played in like venues or like if you played in a venue live. I actually want to look up if I can get money for live streaming my own music, because it says you can get it from like live performances, which I feel like that could include live streaming. Even though I'm not in a venue, it's still a public performance in a way. I don't know. I gotta look it up. I'm kind of curious. I tried to Google it, but I couldn't find anything, and then I ran out of time. But so you can get like a little bit of money just from literally performing your own music at venues, not including what the venue gives you. And they're really pretty similar. Like some of them will give you different discounts on things like renting a car or whatever. But overall, it kind of just depends on like you can look at, what different companies have sponsored, what ASCAP has done, what BMI have done, what artists are on there that you look up to. I just based it off of price. Hifa, I love you and I hate you. You're so annoying. I love you. Um, so I think it might have been on this one. Yeah. Okay. So I literally base it off of price. Because so if I'm a songwriter and a publisher, which means I am the artist and the person, like the person performing it and the person writing it, or distributing it, the copyright owner and the writer. I don't even remember what everything exactly means. But basically, when you sign up for something, you get 50% of the money for like writing it and 50% of the money for like owning it. Something like that. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but that's just my easy way of like thinking of it. So to get the full amount of money from your own music, you have to sign up as a songwriter and a publisher. So the person wrote it and the person like distributing it. So membership at ASCAP is $50, so $100 total. For me, I was like, okay, lit. And then at BMI, it's $150. So I was like, I honestly can't tell the difference between these two companies. So I'm just gonna go with ASCAP. ASCAP represents 550,000 members. BMI, I guess, has more people. And I have actually, one of the artists that I know who is on BMI, she has actually done a couple of like performances with them, and she did an EP listening party at their headquarters in New York. So I don't know if ASCAP is down for that type of thing or what, but BMI actually seems like they're pretty approachable. I haven't heard anything either way for ASCAP in that way, pretty neutral. So I have also heard though that ASCAP can be better at getting money to people on time and properly and stuff, but this is all hearsay. Ice Cap Puccino. Oh, give me that drink, Hifa. Um, and I guess it's the oldest one. I don't remember why I chose this one besides money. I think that was really it because I was just doing all of this research and I was like, it doesn't seem like a big difference to me. ASCAP also has their annual expo that you have to be a part of to go to them. And you do have to choose. You can't be a part of both of them, at least for both things. I think maybe you can be like, I don't remember what article it was in, but I think maybe you can be like a songwriter for multiple or a publisher for multiple, but not the other one. Um, in any case, like you can see right here, there's like some discounts for whatever hotel and rental car. Like who cares? I didn't even I don't know. I should probably look at that and do that. And then CSAC is an invite only one. So that one is more for like bigger artists. You have to get accepted and invited. And then there's another one like that as well. Um, I don't I don't even know if I have any money from them yet. But that's the other thing. Like you don't necessarily have to sign up for these from the get-go because the amount of money that you're going to be getting is not that much. So it's okay to like take your time or release a track first or ask around or do literally whatever because they'll also go back and get you whatever money that you might have missed. And then to talk about, they mentioned sound exchange in this article. That's a different kind of royalty. So that's mechanical royalties. So like Pandora, like a different kind of radio that's not AM, FM. I think it's like the XM radio type of stations and like internet radio type of things. Those are handled more by Sound Exchange. I don't know exactly, but that one is free to sign up for. So I have all my shit registered with them. That was like an easy choice for me. ASCAP. I'm reading right here, y'all, right here. And then let me see if there's anything that I really missed here. Oh, okay, yeah, right here. So publishers can join multiple music publishing rights organizations to cover their broader catalogs. And then there's like little articles here. Like I said, I'll put this in the description of the Twitch and YouTube video, depending where you're watching this from. If you're curious, these are just a few that I looked at and I remember looking at when I was like deciding all of this stuff. Um, yeah, it really goes into all this. So you can see like they're very similar. So that's why I was like, I don't know. Total songs represented, I don't care. Like number of percent of collections paid to members, exactly the same. Number of businesses licensed, I don't know what that means. How is the money split? Exactly the same. Um, Royalty portal, they both have it. Like time to receive, ASCAP seems like maybe it takes a little bit longer for some things. Um, Minimum payment, like they're all so similar. And that's the other thing, you can switch. So if for some reason you like one, I mean you don't like one and you're like, well, let me try the other one, you can say bye bye gaga and go do your own thing. And that's that. Honestly, maybe you could also just, no, that's too confusing, I'm not even gonna say that. But it also is a one-time fee, so it's not yearly, you literally just do it once. um And then here's what I was talking about. Do they pay for playing your own songs live at a venue? And again, they both do. But yeah, like I said, I'm curious to look at what that means for like live streaming. And then notable members, it's like, who cares? There's notable members in either one. I think I picked this one just because it seemed to have even more notable members. I don't know. I'm like, Lady Gaga, sure, but I don't really care about the other people. They have events, they have workshops, they all have things. Um, yeah. So that's that on that basically. Hi Brownie, how are you? I'm going through some music stuff right now, but I will be able to talk to you very soon. And then yeah, if you want to see like the benefits, those are the little benefits. It's nothing mind blowing, you know? So it really doesn't matter. But just make sure you sign up for one at some point, especially if your songs start to take off, because you could be missing a decent chunk of money and it doesn't cost that much to sign up. So, I mean, maybe if you want to wait until your song is taken off and you're making a couple hundy from music a month or a month, and then you want to use that money to sign up for the PRO and get some money that you might have been missing. Hi, Ross. Um, and then the last article is about distributors. So this is how you get your music onto iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, like all of these hundreds of stores. There's a ton of companies. This one was a lot harder decision for me based on like actual pros and cons. The other one, PROs, ASCAP versus BMI, was hard for me because I was like, I just don't, I don't understand the difference. Like there's not much difference. For this, there's like, I mean, they all do the same thing, but there's a lot of differences and a lot of details in the differences. Where it's like, you know, especially as an artist starting out, you don't know how much these things are going to affect you. Um, and there's just so many differences. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. So overall, I would say I really recommend Ari's take as a blog, period. He has a ton of information on, like, look, if you perform live, you could be missing out on lots of royalties. So that's talking about the performing rights organizations we just talked about. He has a ton of articles like this, how to get all your music royalties. So like this also is a great one, actually. Really quick, let me just show you this, and I'll link this in YouTube and Discord as well. I mean, YouTube and Twitch. But this, it took me a while to read through and understand everything, but it also really gave me a good insight into just what everything is, how to sign up for these organizations, how it all works, what type of money I should be getting, where I can be making money, and stuff like that. I was like, interactive streaming revenue. Let me see if that says anything about Twitch. Maybe I should just email him. He's actually really responsive too, as well, on like social media and stuff. So I might actually email him about live streaming and not understand. That's better. What the heck? What was happening with your thing? Oh, I see it. You're all good, baby. When are we gonna do a voice call on Discord? I don't know, Manuel. You gonna call in? You have a question? You have a question today? If you sign up too early, you could end up never taking off and losing money in the end. Well, but so here's the thing. ASCAP and BMI are not going to help you get money. They're just going to collect the money that you already get. So like they don't promote you innately unless you're like doing an event with them or something like that, or you know, you get big enough where then maybe they'll feature you on their social media. I know BMI does that and has like shared one of my other artists on like their social media when she does new releases and stuff like that. But overall, they're not going to be the ones that are like the reason why you're getting this money. You know, they're just collecting the streaming that's happening and all of that. So if you sign up too early, you could end up never taking off and losing money in the end. It doesn't fully apply. Because also, I mean, yeah, I guess, but it also just doesn't, it's not that much money. So it's up to you. I mean, it's true. Like if you don't want to waste or risk $100, you know, investment, then you can hold off on it. But also it's not that much. If you're not going to invest $100 in your music, then are you serious about music? Not that that has to be the gateway to make it serious, but just the thing, you know, if you're like, oh, I don't want to sign up for this because it's too much money. It's like, well, you're going to have to sign up for it at some point if you want music to be your career. So if you want music to be your career, you might as well sign up unless you need money. I'd have to be really unpopular to not be able to scoop back the sign up fee. I mean, to be fair, I've only made, well, not now, but my first EP made like $40. So, I mean, you don't have to be that big, yeah, to make the money back, you know? Like, I've definitely made all the money back at this point with my music. But, okay, so let's continue and talk about distributors. So the biggest ones that people use are Tunecore, CDBaby, AWOL, Distrokid. I've seen a couple people using Ditto. The other ones I don't really hear of. They're a little bit more niche and stuff. And I will say that at the end of this article, which again is really long, so I'm not going to go through every single line. I'm just going to go through the ones that I know of a little bit more. But at the end of this long ass article, which is super in depth, there is this whole chart. This whole chart you can zoom into and look through everything you ever wanted to know. So you can see like, here, let me go out a little bit. Do they have an app? Some of them do. Their parent company. The number of outlets that they send your music to, the commission that they take. Is there a sign-up fee? How much does it cost to upload a single? How much does it cost to upload an album? Is there a yearly fee? Is there a fee for doing this? Is there blah, blah, blah? Like everything you could want, like everything. So, oh my gosh, Hifa, that's perfect German. That is so cute. Okay. Ich freue mich, ich warte auf dich. So really that's what helped me kind of go through everything and decide what is the most worth it to me. Hi Fair, how are you? We're going through some music marketing and then we'll be doing some games. But we're kind of almost done. So Let me just take you through the main ones that I've talked about. Amuse, I don't really know. Okay, so let me also just go over what a distributor is. I mean, like I said, it sends all of your music to all of the stores, you know, as many stores as possible, hopefully, as many stores as there are, hopefully. Um, so like I said, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Deezer, Napster, all of these places. And different ones have yearly fees or fees to, you know, upload one single versus an album, or each single gets its own UPC, which is kind of like its barcode. And some places charge for that, some places don't. Some places charge extra to get on Shazam, or different features like that. Some don't. Um, so they're all different. Like I said, there's a few that are the most popular. I personally wanted to go for one that didn't take any commission, um, because I don't know. I'm just like, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna put my music on there, and it's gonna be my money. You know, I don't want you to take any more of my money. So you can see like best, no fees, no commission on this. You keep 100% of the revenue, extremely data driven, focused, give advances for signed artists and pay for marketing. Yeah, also some distributors will do, they will do some marketing for you. Once you get to a certain size, or they see that you're kind of popping off a little bit. You know, if they see it getting some traction, they might help send you to the next level. Um, so you can kind of really just look through these on your own. Amuse is a newer one, so I don't know that much about them. They sound interesting because they're a little smaller, and newer, and apparently Will I Am is a co-founder, so that's lit. AWOL is one that takes a little bit of your commission to do more, like they say that they do marketing for everyone, and that's why they take this commission. And you do have to apply and be accepted. I don't know exactly what their criteria are. I know you don't have to be the biggest artist, um, but they can, again, help people. They're one of the ones that will help market, but it's definitely more if you're popping off already. Like they mentioned Lauv here or whatever. Like he was definitely popping off on Spotify. He got that like cosign from Spotify, whatever that was called. It was like Spotify Rise or something. It was like him, Kim Petras, and some other artist. They all got that. But I did hear in person from an artist that her single that got like a million or like a few 100,000 plays, like they didn't really do anything for her. So she was like, they kind of just took their commission and that was it. Plus, I paid money to like get it on there, you know? So it's like, Also, difficult to get releases distributed in under 4 weeks. My stuff can get out in like one. So this means that you would have to have your song ready like a month in advance and upload it, or 5 weeks in advance, so you have it uploaded a month in it or a week in advance after that first 4 weeks, so that you can get it a week ahead of Spotify to get editorial consideration. It's all a lot. Apparently they also have like bad customer service, which is supposed to be something that is good that they have. So it's a lot of possibilities you see here, like sync licensing possibilities, playlist plugging possibilities. It's up to you. There's definitely a risk involved in that they will take a 15% commission, and not give you anything and give you bad support and take a while. But if you start taking off, they might be the ones for you. So um, CDBaby is a very tried and true one. I know that they helped actually get one of my artists on some editorial playlists on Spotify. Um, so I think they're a good bet, but I didn't like them just because, like I said, I didn't want to pay. I didn't want basically all of the negatives. I didn't even necessarily look at the positives as much, because I kind of understood those or just from reading. And then the negatives to me were more what I locked in on, like 9% commission. So they're taking almost a 10% commission, and they charge you to upload the single and album, and they charge you $5 for a UPC. So you have to add on an additional cost on top of the cost that it costs to upload your stuff. So it can get pretty expensive pretty fast. And I'm like, it's not what I am, that's not what I would be interested in. So that's my experience with them. But like I said, well, actually, it says no mechanisms in place to help starters who start to catch playlist plugging. But CDBaby actually did reach out and connect us with Spotify editorial. So I don't know, maybe that was a fluke. I have no idea. So I personally use Distrokid, and the reason I use Distrokid is because you don't have to pay to upload a single or an album, and they don't take any commission. So you just pay a yearly fee with them, and I was pretty happy with that. And they also are, in my eyes, they're very much on top of innovation and stuff. But if you can sign up for free and you keep 100% of the revenue, how are they staying afloat? So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Juju. Distrokid, for example, the one that I use, is you pay a yearly fee. So you don't pay for uploading, like the other places where you pay to upload a single or an album and other things like that, you don't pay a yearly fee. But I was like, I would rather have no commission taken out and pay a yearly fee and not have to pay per single, because I thought I was going to also be releasing like a lot of music in like a year, and it was more like 2 to 3 songs. So it's like, did I really save money? I don't know. But I think DistroKid is also at the forefront of innovation. They're very much like a younger, growing company. I met the CEO at South by Southwest. He was really cool. He was really nice. They do all of these types of educational videos and things, and they try to, feature different people if you reach out. Like, they seem very accessible. So I can obviously talk about this company a little bit more than the other ones because I use it. But so, for example, they're one of the people that started doing these pre-save hyperlink campaigns where someone can pre-save your music and they'll like automatically follow you, save your song, and you get their email address. So as opposed to many other companies, I don't know which other ones are doing this now, but that makes it really easy to capture people's emails for your lists and send that out, because as we all know, if you don't, here's the tea. If you don't have people's email addresses, you don't have them. They're not going to necessarily see everything that you release because, if Instagram dies, like MySpace died and some people only had their fans on MySpace and they never were able to be successful again. Facebook is kind of dead. So if you have hella people there, you might want to try to do a campaign to get them on your email list. Instagram, I don't know. Do people really click on there to your other stuff? Not that much. Twitter, there's so much going on. So it's like you can have 10,000, people on each of these social media sites, but maybe they're also only following you on one, or, they're not on at the right time. So having someone's email is a much more direct line of communication. And the fact that DistroKid can get me emails from all of my fans who are listening to my music, that's lit. That's huge for me too. And you can do automatic payment splitting. I guess that you can on also as well. They were just the first. But so if you and another artist both use DistroKid, it's really easy to just have the money route to you or them at whatever percentage you want, which I also thought was really cool. The only drawback is you can't do it, but like if I have DistroKid and someone else is using CDBaby, you can't do that. What if email dies? I mean, if email dies, everything's gonna be dead. So, I mean, how else? You can get their phone numbers. You can text them. I mean, that works too, Juju. People are always going to have phones and computers. They are working on that, but I guess it's a feature that they've said is like coming soon over and over and just hasn't come. Like with RSS, I think some companies use it to notify customers. SoundCloud does. And it was announced that Spotify acquired a minority stake. I also like that DistroKid sends your music to Instagram and Facebook stories. They seem like they're very much always expanding the stores that they're sending to. So even though they might have a few less than normal, they have like all the biggest ones. Oh, and they're at the lead of like sending in credits. So you can send in your lyrics with DistroKid, your songwriting credits, producer credits, all of that stuff, which makes it really cool because I noticed that when well, first of all, if you have your lyrics in there, then when it's on your Instagram stories, my lyrics are on Instagram stories, which I think is dope as heck. Also, I was going into Ultimate Guitar the other day, and I was like just looking at what it would be like to add one of my songs. I typed in my name, I typed in my song name, the lyrics just popped up. So that was lit too. That was very cool. Hi, Seralda, how are you? You're here! Chrome doesn't support RSS subscriptions by default. See? Well, there's a lot of different ways that you need to be able to contact people, but email and obviously their phone number are the biggest ones, but most people, you're not going to get their phone number for that. So like I said, I really like this one because there's no commission. You keep 100% of the revenue. You can upload unlimited songs for the yearly price. It's really easy to sign up. Now their payment stuff is really ugly. Also, if you want to use Distrokid, message me because they have a referral program, so I can send you a code. 14 hours to El Paso. Oh, baby, baby. Wait, so did you just get there? Did you drive overnight, or are you going now? That's terrible. 30 pigeons. You were getting so close, Juju. You drove overnight. Wow. Woo. How long are you there for? Okay, but one of the big negatives, I have no idea why it's in the best here, is that I think this is a negative, but if you stop using Distrokid, so this is a big thing about risk. If you use Distrokid and you don't like it, you're gonna have to pay up the ass to make sure all your music stays on there because it's $30 per release. Now, I don't know if that's single or album. If that would be like an EP, that'd be okay maybe, because it's what, like $5, $6, $3 per song. But otherwise, if you miss an annual payment, I mean, they auto bill you, whatever. But if you decide you don't want to use them, then your music will be removed from stores if you're not paying them anymore. So I think that if you want to try another distributor first, I would say try them first, over DistroKid. Although for me, I was like, well, DistroKid seems really cool, so I'm just gonna use them, and I'm not gonna worry about the fact that the release will, I'd have to pay $30 per release, whatever. Um, and there was something else I was gonna say. Oh, so one of the bad things is you have to pay annually to have your music included on like Shazam, other things that people do for free. But it's also things like if you use CDBaby, you have to pay extra money, like $5 or $20 or whatever, just to get the UPC, the barcode of your song, which is mandatory for any release. So like $1 a year after 5 years, like, are you not going to be making $1 off this song? It's kind of worth it. It's, for me, it's like whatever. Um, and Store Maximizer makes it so every time they add new stores, you will automatically be added to them. I just do that manually. It's really quick to just click a button. So I don't pay the $8 per release. I haven't done the Leave a Legacy because I don't care. To be included in the YouTube Content ID, which is if someone uses your music in a YouTube video, then you'll get the money from that. That's like 15 bucks a year. And I signed up for it just because I wanted to like see. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I really want this. And I think the only way to opt out of it is to remove your album that has that and then re-upload it, which is kind of frustrating. I'm gonna email them and check and see if they can literally just like cancel it after this year, like not auto renew that service. Because for me at this point, that $15 is kind of a lot because I'm not gonna be making that on YouTube money alone, like maybe everywhere else, but. So got 8 hours ahead of me. Oh my god. Left LA at 2 p.m., 10 p.m. It's 2 here. I leave tomorrow morning. Wait, so who's driving? Are you like switching off or did someone drive back and forth? Also, yeah, like their reporting is really trash to see like where your money is coming from. But again, I don't really care because I'm not making that much money. I don't need to know where my money is coming from. I just need to know that I'm making the money. Ditto, I've heard not great things from artists and this blogger himself. Fresh Tunes, never heard of them. I think they kind of, some of these other ones kind of focus on different areas. So I know like some of them focus on like China and Dubai, and like you can see here, like they focus on like different areas of the world. I think Horus music is mostly, yeah, is very much in Asia. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're like going towards a specific whatever, and they do, some of these ones that are a little bit more niche do have like, for a fee with approval. So like basically if your music is good enough, then they'll do playlist plugging for you and it's legit, I guess. But I don't know anyone who's worked with them, so I can't say how well it works. Lander is like a mastering service that I guess they're kind of getting into this. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you use Lander to master your music, maybe you'd be down. Octave, I don't know about them. They distribute to everyone. That's pretty lit. They do take a commission and yearly fees. Distribution speed seems like it takes a while. Let me see what they said about Distrokid, because for me, Distrokid's distribution speed was super fast. Like, I had an issue with my EP, my Voices EP, the first one. I realized that somehow one of the versions of the songs I uploaded was like, wait, it had like silent minute at the end somehow. Like, I think I don't know. I must have uploaded the wrong version instead of the mastered finished version or something. And I took it down and I was like, oh shit, I already announced this release and it's gonna come out at like midnight tomorrow. What do I do? And I uploaded it and everything was fine. It totally made it. So that's lit. Anyway, like I said, there's a lot of these that I haven't really heard of. Tunecore is the last right here. The last like big player that I've heard of. Now, I'm not gonna say that these other places are bad. I just haven't heard of them as much. People usually are choosing between Tunecore, Distrokid, CDBaby, and AWOL, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those are the best ones. So like I said, I'm gonna put the link to this and the other articles that I showed today in the descriptions for the video, so you can all take your time and look through it. If you want to ask me anything about, you know, what I value over other things, like what you think, like what's important or what I felt was important, or bounce ideas off or whatever, again, like I said, there's this, and feel free to just message me and let me know what you're thinking, because it's very confusing. It's very overwhelming. There's literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 companies in that. But I will say, honestly, everyone's going to get the job done. Every company that you work with is going to get the job done. It just depends on how well, how quick, at what price, stuff like that. So, I mean, none of these are going to be like the wrong decision, although I actually have heard really bad things about Ditto. But it's just a case by case. Yeah, so if you want to shoot the chat, if you want to ask any questions or discuss with me, hit me up on It's Kisos at Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever, or Miller Place, or email me, or do whatever, or come into stream, or comment on the video, and I will happily reply and do what I can to help you understand and maybe improve my own knowledge as well, because I don't know that much. Also, if you're going to sign up for Distrokid, don't forget to use my little code. I'm going to put that somewhere as well, if it's a code. Otherwise, message me. I don't know. I have to look. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I will be on next week with more music marketing. Maybe we'll do an interview again next week. We'll see, or maybe have a guest. So make it fun and flirty. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.